seriously considering designating the domain as a protest site as a way of changing form lines?
We haven't made a final decision about that, so I have to speak to my colleagues and how the city works in the future. But as a general point, I've made it repeatedly now, but having the central part of Sydney's CBD occupied week after week after week does have an impact, and it can be a negative impact on other people wanting to enjoy the city. So I'm not going to make any announcements about that today, but we're keeping our mind open to the idea of where protests will take place in the city, keeping in mind that other people who aren't in the city to protest and might be running a business or wanting to have a barbecue or a picnic with friends, they've got every right to enjoy the city as well.
Is the domain a good option?
Potentially, but I just don't have an announcement about it today.
The Palestine Action Group, among others, are planning to protest the visit from the Israeli president when he comes to Sydney. Well, do you think, A, that is appropriate, and B, would you like to see the police extend the Bondi-related restrictions to cover that particular event?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big security event for Sydney. He's an invited guest by the Commonwealth Government, and we need to make sure that that trip and that visit is a safe one, not just for President Herzog, but other people in our community, other citizens of Australia who want to be going to work or meeting the president or having nothing to do with the president, but going about their daily work on the days in which he's here. So we'll have further to say about that in the days ahead, but I think the public can anticipate a major security response, and I think most Australians would accept, given the circumstances of his visit, the reason he's here, to grieve with the Jewish community of Sydney after the worst terrorism event the country's ever had, that they'd expect the government to be doing just that.
The overwhelming majority of legal experts who made submissions to the inquiry into banning hateful slogans say a ban on specific phrases like globalisation and fada would likely be unconstitutional. Can you point to any evidence that you've taken those concerns about whether your legislation is constitutional seriously?
We don't have legislation. This is being considered by the Parliamentary Committee, and they'll present it to government when it's ready.
Do you think you'll have legislation by next week or in the coming weeks, though?
We're not anticipating moving it this coming week of Parliament, but I made that clear when we announced our changes. We made that clear when we announced those changes.
I just wanted to check though, the idea of banning the phrase globalisation fada has been said by leading constitutional experts that would likely be unconstitutional. So I'm just trying to understand
which experts?
Antoumi
like
one.
Antoumi.
Well,
we can do names, but the point of it being that they're
feel
saying
like
it's
that's gonna fall out.
unconstitutional. We're trying to understand what evidence you've taken that seriously.
I'm not taking evidence. I told you it's a parliamentary inquiry. They'll present their report. I'll have more to say when it's given to us.